What's going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is the bare minimum, and I'm your boy Bryant Marcos. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the major win against the Hawks, Julius Randle's All-Star season. That's right, I said it, All-Star. And what to watch for against the Orlando Magic. Let's get it. Let's start off with the obvious. Julius Randle! This has been an amazing season for Knicks and Knicks fans alike. But none of it would be possible without Julius Randle, who went absolutely off against the Atlanta Hawks. In 41 minutes, Julius Randle dropped 44 points on 14 of 22 shooting and had a career-high 7 3-pointers. Oh, and not to mention, he had 9 boards and 5 dimes to go with that. He became the first Knick since Trey Burke back in 2018 to drop 40 or more points when Burke did it against the Hornets. So, Knicks Nation, my question to you is this. Is it time for the Knicks to trade Julius Randle? Our primary objective this season was to develop that young core that we had. If that was still our primary objective, yeah, maybe we should explore some options on trading Julius Randle. However, it's not anymore. It's our secondary. Our primary has become winning, and we wouldn't be where we are without Julius Randle. Knicks fans need to get over that PTSD of thinking that we're gonna mess this up or that that star player is going to want to leave us. Julius Randle is our all-star, and he's shown it all season, and we shouldn't forget that. And if you still don't think he's an all-star, he's averaging more points than Anthony Davis, more rebounds than Joel Embiid, and he's shooting at a higher clip from behind the arc than Damian Lillard. Oh my God! If you still have questions about Julius Randle being an all-star, just roll the clip.
Let's go to Rebecca. This man's not an all-star, it's a problem.
As for the rest of the Knicks, it was a pretty good night. RJ Barrett finally broke out of his slump by dropping 21 points, having 6 boards and 3 assists, which led him to play in the fourth quarter. And he hit some pretty clutch shots, which is good news for us because he's our secondary option in that starting lineup and it brings more balance. I also had Trae Young against Emmanuel Quickley as our matchup to watch in this game. Now, even though Trae Young had 23 points, he was flopping for calls, and that led to about 10 points off the free throw line alone, especially in that second quarter. Emmanuel Quickley had 16 points, 5 dimes, and 2 boards of his own. So if you ask me, I think Quickley ended up winning the matchup. Overall, the biggest takeaway was the statement of intent from the New York Knicks. The NBA schedule breaks down into 3 categories in my opinion. The teams that you aim to beat, then there's the teams that you should beat, the Wizards, and then there's the teams that you must win against. These are the Hawks, the Pacers, the Hornets of the world. And the reason is because they're in the same position that you're in as a team. A young core that is developing and trying to see how far they can go. So if you're playing a game like this, you want to make sure that you prove to the fans, to the media, and most importantly to yourself if you're a part of that team, that you can talk that talk, but you can back it up as well. So let's direct our attention to tonight's game against the Orlando Magic. The Magic come into this game winning their last game against the Kings 123-112. However, injuries are going to play a major part of the game plan going into tonight. Evan Fournier, Aaron Gordon, and Cole Anthony are either questionable or out. Michael Carter-Williams had to carry the offensive load for them in the last game. But for the Magic to come into the game tonight and beat the Knicks, they're going to need an all-star performance from Nikola Vucevic. This brings us to our matchup to watch, Julius Randle against Nikola Vucevic. Now, Randle did go off against the Hawks as we mentioned before, but he did play 41 minutes in that game. This game against the Magic is going to really test his endurance and his stamina. Nikola Vucevic is having yet another great season with the Orlando Magic, and let's not forget that he always plays well against the New York Knicks. In the last game, he ended up having 24 points and 14 rebounds, so it'll be interesting to see which big man can lead their team to victory tonight. I do think, however, that the Knicks are going to reach that 500 mark tonight against the Orlando Magic, because the Magic don't play defense. They give up 111 points per game. And then Evan Fournier, Aaron Gordon, and Cole Anthony being out, and they only average 105 points per game. So a major chunk of that is going to be left out. That's your bare minimum, Knicks Nation. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and let me know what you think in the comment section about Julius Randle's play, if the Knicks are going to continue their hot streak and reach that 500 mark, or anything else you want to talk about that's Knicks. I'm your boy Bryant Marcos. Catch you guys on the next one.